Good evening, guys, and happy Wednesday to all of your sunshiny faces, guys. I got so much done today. I am so happy. I woke up sort of late today, but I told you guys how I don't know what I did yesterday, and I totally spaced out. Like, I knew yesterday was Thursday, or was Tuesday, and yet for some reason I totally was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe like I have to still clean the bathroom. Like, it wasn't really on my radar. Like, I knew I had to. I knew Monday I had to do it, and then yesterday I was like, oh yeah, I have to do it. Like, I thought about it in the morning sort of, and then by the end of the day I was like, I never did that. Like, I forgot. And then also too, because I kept thinking, because I was like, oh, I don't have anything else I have to do today, because like I wasn't thinking it was Tuesday. Normally I always clean the bathroom on Tuesdays, so I was a little, like I said, just completely blanked on that, I guess. But then today I was like, okay, so I'm gonna clean the bathroom today. And on top of that too, I had that 5-pound thing of ground beef in the fridge that I needed to get all distributed out to the different places that it needed to go. But so though, while I was cleaning the bathroom sink has been really slow draining lately. And I had like, originally, like, this happened a couple months ago. I plunged it, we were good. So I again noticed it was very slow draining, and like I would like brush my teeth and like I just let the water run for like a couple, like not even minutes, a couple, again, seconds, 30 seconds or something like that, just so that it was warm enough, so that like, cause I don't know, I have very sensitive teeth, so like I just wanted the water to be warm while I was like brushing my teeth. So again, I run it for like a couple seconds and it's warm, but honestly, like in that amount of time, the entire sink would practically fill up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and then it'd just take like a really long time and then finally drain, but it would just fill up like really quickly. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is so annoying. So I tried to plunge it. And so my shoulder now, like not my shoulder, but like, yeah, I guess sort of my shoulder right here has been killing me. Because then on top of that too, from cleaning the shower, like, you know, cleaning it, and like, you know, scrubbing, all that kind of stuff. And then also too, from all of my browning of the ground meats today, and like mashing all of that right here has been killing me so bad today. But back to the bathroom sink. So like I said, I tried to plunge it, so that wasn't working. So I'm very like determined to get this to work. So I was, like I said, trying to plunge it, and I noticed it really wasn't helping anything. So I was like, well, you know what? I was like, is there a way, because our sink has like one of those like built-in like plunger sort of thingies, and like it's like a press down plunger. It's not like one of the old, I don't know, I want to say old-fashioned ones, but the ones where you do it from the top. Like our old one used to be one where you like pulled the little thingy at the top of like the faucet. This one you actually press down like inside of it. And so while I was trying to plunge it though, I kept like hitting the plunger thingy in the drain, and so it kept like closing up. So I was like, is there a way for me to like take this off or something like that? So I untwisted it. I figured out that you can just untwist it to get it to come out. I pulled it out. There is hair like the length of my arm practically, and just like gobs of stuff. It smelled horrible, like worse than the toilet smells, and I was like, this is disgusting. So I get all of that out of there, and I was like, yes, this is probably what the problem has been. Like, you know, that again, it has been all gummed up in there. I didn't realize that this was also like a, you know, like stopper to stop the clog, you know, like hair, all that kind of stuff from going down the drain, which is really ingenious, because like I said, it was working for sure. And again, all this hair and stuff like that, which is so weird. Like, I don't know how like much hair was in, like, I don't brush my hair in the bathroom, only my mom does that, and like I don't know how it accumulated this much hair. Like, it looked like the shower drain worth of hair. And again, I never knew that thing came off, so I never knew that like you could take it off to clean it. So again, this could have been accumulating for a few years, which we only just replaced the bathroom sink like a handful of years ago. Like, it's not that old. So again, it's not like this has been like, you know, for forever. But again, you know, so I take it off. I'm thinking that I fixed the problem. I tried plunging it a little bit more. It's right now still is at a complete standstill. My dad tried to put some Drano down it, and it actually looks like it went down a little bit more than it was. But it's, like I said, pretty much not moving at all. And so I don't know if like plunging it before I tried to take that thing out and realized all of the gunk that was in it actually just pushed it further down into the drain. I don't know what it is. But I also tried to use, we have a little one of those, I don't know, little thingies, you know, you can stick in there and try and pull all this stuff out. I went all the way down to like where the pipes end at the like sink level and then go further down like into the wall or whatever. I went all the way down there, so I know that there's nothing stuck, and I could see down too, because like I said, I took the thing off and I could actually look down into the pipes. There was nothing in there. Like I could see all the way down to, like I said, where it pretty much does like the little L or whatever. So again, there was no problem, at least up to there. It has to be something way further down. So, yeah, I don't know, but it was absolutely disgusting. And it took me like over a half hour. Then I'm trying to plunge the thing, and then finally I figured out that you could take it off, and then I started gagging and almost threw up over how disgusting cleaning that thing out was. And so, yeah. I ended up going through, like I said, a whole big process of all this, and I still hadn't completely finished the bathroom yet. So then I started doing the shower. I finished cleaning the shower, and I was thinking like, oh, well, we'll just wait, you know, that stuff will go down in the drain and the bathroom sink. And like I said, it still hasn't gone down. So I finished the bathroom. Then I was like, okay, now I'm going to go and get all of the ground meat, which I had 3 pounds of ground turkey that I've had in the freezer for a while, like a few months at least. And so I've had the ground turkey in the freezer, and I was like, I just want to use this up. And my mom does not like ground turkey, so I can't just use it as like, oh, it's just ground turkey in replacement of like sloppy joes or something like that. She really does not like it and will not eat it. If it is mixed in with ground beef though, she can tolerate it. So at first I asked her, I was like, because I had 3 pounds of ground beef that were in the freezer and 3 pounds of ground turkey. So I was like, do you think it would work like if I did like a 50-50? And you know, she was like, yeah, that should be okay. She's like, I still really don't like it, and a lot of times I can still taste it. And so I was like, okay, well then I had 10, not 10 recipes I guess, but I had 10 things in the pantry that I was going to use to make ground, you know, like different, I needed ground meat for. I had 4 things of sloppy joes. I had 4 things of pasta, like cheeseburger pasta chicken, with just, it uses 1 can of cream of, or not cream of, but like 1 can of cheddar cheese soup, 1 can of tomato soup, and then you've mixed it with pasta. It's sort of like a, like, I don't know, less intense version of like hamburger helper a little bit, and then you just add the ground meat to it and pasta. So, and I can really use any type of pasta. It's like a cheeseburger pasta sort of thing. Like I said, similar a little bit to hamburger helper, but not exactly. I had actually like 4 of those that I could make. I had 4 cans of the tomato soup, 4 cans of the cheddar cheese soup. Like I said, 4 cans of the sloppy joe sauce, and I had 2, well actually I guess I had 4 cans of the, I think it's the red gold, like tomato, it has like the tomatoes and like the sauce to actually use for chili, and you use 2 cans of those plus a can of chili beans, which I already had in the pantry, and a pound of ground beef. So I actually did 2 of those. So I had 10, like I said, like different meals that I can make in total. So when I got the ground meat this week, the ground beef, I had about 5 pounds. I think it was like 4.8 pounds. So I ended up freezing about a pound separate just for my mom to use for whatever recipe she might want to make. Then I had, again, about around 4 pounds or so left over, plus the 3 pounds of ground beef that I had out in the freezer, 3 pounds of ground turkey that I had. So again, I ended up having about 7 pounds of ground beef to 3 pounds of ground turkey. I think that was a much better ratio for my mom, who will be able to, again, tolerate it maybe a little bit better. And so, like I said, I ended up doing that. I ended up doing 2 batches of about 5 pounds of ground meat at a time, which is the most that I have ever cooked at a time. It actually fit in the pot perfectly, so I was like, okay, this is good, this way I don't have to do more than that. But I had 10 pounds by the end of it, you know, after I guess all of the fat cooked off though, but about 10 pounds pre-cooked of all of my ground meat. And so I ended up, like I said, doing two things of chili, which I ended up, like I said, it was 2 cans of those like tomato sort of stuff, like, I don't even really know what it was called, like chili tomato stuff or something like that, from Red Gold. And then I used actually 1.5 cans of the chili beans, and then 1 pound of the ground meat mixture. Like I said, part of that was the ground beef, part was the ground turkey. And then I didn't have to add chili seasoning or anything like that because the tomato sauce stuff actually already has that all in it. So, and it actually smelled very strong, like chili. So I made 2 of those. I ended up doing the 1 pound of ground meat to 1 can of Sloppy Joes. Did 4 of those. Ended up adding 1 pound of the ground meat and one can of the tomato soup, 1 can of the cheddar cheese soup mix, and then ended up, you know, I just wrote on the bag to add pasta when I go to cook it. I made 4 of those in total. So then I froze all of that. So as you guys saw earlier though, when I went to Valley Produce and I got all those deals on all that meat also this week, which I'm super happy about, because meat has been one of those things where I've been like really trying to find a deal here and there and stuff like that. I haven't been able to come across a lot of great deals, but at $1.99 a pound for the ground beef that I got this last week, I was like, that's awesome. That was normally like a pre-COVID time that I would get that kind of sale on ground beef. So I was super happy about that. And then again, too, being able to use up that other stuff that I already had in the freezer that I didn't want to go to waste, and then cook all that stuff. So now all of that is ready, prepared. And again, I rather take an entire day to cook all of that stuff and have 10 bags now of frozen dinners that are out in the freezer than trying to do it again all at different times. I love freezer meals. I'm so happy that I found them one day. I sort of came across it on Pinterest, and you know, like I said, just like started really getting into that, because I used to just buy whatever meat we were going to use for that week, and sometimes too it was like, oh, like, you know, pork chops are on sale or whatever, but that was really the only meat. I'd come up with like 2 or 3 meals for pork chops that week. People would be tired of pork chops, whereas now I again got good deals on the ground meat, and we don't have to do that every single day this week. We can again have a lot that's frozen and that's already cooked. I don't have to worry about browning all of it and or trying to mix in certain amounts with the ground turkey so that again my mom doesn't really know that it's in there, you know, and then trying to do like an every single night for dinner, trying to brown it, then add the, you know, the Sloppy Joe sauce, you know, and it's not that that takes that long, but if I can just, again, utilize all my time, do it in one afternoon and make a bunch of them, I'd rather do that. So I am sore, I am tired, but I am done. I got, like I said, through all of that. And then on top of that too, when you guys saw from the grocery haul from Valley Produce, I ended up doing 3 things of like pork chops for the grill, and then also 2-3 things of the pot roast as well. So I've got in total 16 meals that I made just for this week that I ended up getting with all of my meat, and I spent only around between, I think it was somewhere between $30 to $40 on all of that. That made 16 meals. That also included some of the produce that I got as well. And again, I bought the ground turkey and 3 pounds of ground meat at a previous time, so that wasn't all included in it. But also too, I have a pound of ground beef that I did separately freeze for my mom so that she can use it again. I think she got maybe around 5+ pounds at least in the freezer that again she can use for various stuff that she needs when she goes to cook, which again we've changed cooking days around. But I also ended up finishing my grocery list so that we can go to the stores tomorrow, and I ended up setting out my planner for next week along with my meal plan. So I got so much stuff done for today, guys. I am so happy about all of that, but I'm even happier that, again, the freezer is not replenished because we still did have a lot of stuff. And again, I've been finding deals on things here and there. Again, like on other things too, like, you know, we did fish and, you know, especially during Lent, fish was a big thing that was on sale. And shrimp, you know, I got shrimp on sale, and actually shrimp's on sale this week too. Plus I also have a deal on bratwurst this week is also on sale, and maybe chicken breasts. So again, like, all of a sudden there's a lot of deals right now on meat, and I want to take full advantage of it because, again, I can freeze that stuff. We have a nice big chest freezer, so again, I can, like I said, go ahead and freeze, you know, all of the extra stuff and then have it for, again, you know, a couple weeks to months down the road, and then just pull that stuff out and decide what I want to do for freezer dinners and freezer meals and all that kind of stuff. And now that I'm using a much better, like, I have a list in my Google Docs of all the stuff I have out in the freezer, I've been rotating through things a lot better and making sure I use up old stuff, so that, again, like right now I'd be like, okay, next week I'm going to make, you know, one of the sloppy joes that I know is out there right now, instead of going like, okay, well, I just made that, what's something older that's in there that I can use up? Because sometimes it would take me, I wouldn't be able to find certain things that were out there, or I wouldn't make a meal plan either, and I'd just be like, oh, what do I feel like bringing in today? And would just, like I said, pull something out of the freezer and wind up making it, where there's stuff that's been sitting in there a longer period of time that needs to be used up faster than the stuff that I just made, you know. So like I said, I feel like since I've been doing this, I've been very good about it, and also very, like, privy to the things that were out there too. Like, I knew I had 3 pounds of ground turkey. I knew I wanted to try and use that up, but I wanted to try and mix it in with ground beef. Again, all of that stuff ended up working out so well this week, which is awesome. Made all those freezer dinners. I have got actually space now in the pantry as well, because I used up a bunch of the cans that were in there, and then room in the freezer too, because the packages of ground turkey were like the, like, I don't know, like, not just like the rolls, it was like the package, and so they were huge, like in those plastic containers. They were taking up a lot of space for just like 1 little pound of ground turkey. So literally pretty much what those ended up, like the space that those took out, was what I ended up putting back in there for the 10 freezer dinners that I just made. So space wise too, I'm trying to like look at how we can use up and best utilize the space that we have as well. So all in all of that stuff, like I said, I got to a ton of things today, trying to fix the bathroom sink and cleaning the bathroom and making all those meals. And then on top of that too, like, I got the entire and everything cleaned. Like, normally when I am cooking anything in, like, grease is involved, I hate cleaning up afterwards. It's just a huge mess. But again, because I was able to, like, I utilized the colander, I just drained all of the beef fat out of it, and then was able to just distribute all of the stuff into the bags, like, and let it cool and everything. And like, I just, you know, I didn't have to be like, oh, like, you know, this is, you know, I only used like a pound of ground meat and had to drain all of it and everything. Which is another reason why I'd rather cook in bulk, because I can just do it once and then just have to clean it up once. I don't have to worry about trying to clean up greasy, messy stuff like 10 times, you know, just do it all at once. So there was that. And on top of that too, my parents actually had somewhere that they had to go tonight. So my mom was supposed to be you know, like, in charge of dinner for tonight, and she was going to do BLTs. So she's like, can you make the BLTs? Her and my dad had an errand they had to run tonight, and so they ended up, like I said, not, like, they got home late for dinner. So I was like, sure, I can make dinner for you guys. So on top of that too, I had bacon grease mess everywhere that I had to clean up too. And then on top of that too, I also made a new salad for this week. I cleaned out the vegetable crispers in the refrigerator too. I went through some of the fridge and went through, like I said, some of the older stuff that was in there, because I noticed I was getting the tomatoes out for BLTs, and I was like, there's a nasty tomato in here. So I went through a couple of, like I said, that stuff as well. Like, I got to a lot of things today, and like I said, just felt really good, but also too really sore and really tired. So I will have a haul for you guys in tomorrow's vlog of Valley Produce, Caputo's, and Walgreens. I don't know if we're going anywhere else. Like, maybe we're going to Meijer. I don't totally know. Or like, because my dad was like, oh, well, maybe we can go, because I don't know. Again, they had something going on tonight, and something else ended up coming up one other day earlier in the week, I think, where something, or my dad had something going on, and so we weren't, like, again, able to go to Meijer when we were planning on, because I told you guys it'd probably be Monday Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday that we wind up going to Meijer just by itself. But like I said, that sort of changed, so I think maybe we're going to Meijer on Saturday. I don't know, but anyways, I should at least have those three stores for you guys tomorrow. Walgreens, Valley Produce, and Caputo's. So anyways, I am tired, guys. I need to get to bed. So I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give it a little thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe. And I'll see y'all over sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.